So today I wanted to talk to you guys about one of my favorite guitar techniques, and it's something that I use virtually every single time I pick up the instrument, and that is hybrid picking. If you aren't familiar with what hybrid picking is, it's the practice of basically fusing picking technique and fingerstyle guitar together. So I basically permanently treat my right hand as if it is a four-fingered beast, where the pick is one of my fingers. So this technique can open doors to sounds all the way from all the way to whatever it may be. And today I wanted to give you a kind of rundown on a great way to kind of practice both your chordal playing and achieve what my favorite aspect of being able to do this hybrid picking is. And that is to make, say I was grabbing a chord, let's say it's an F triad, just simple 3, 2, 1 here on my D, G, and B strings. And I want to make that top note sing like it's the melody. If I use my fingers and my pick, I have a really easy way to make that top note pop out a little bit more like it's the melody than I would if I was just strumming. So in doing that, let's talk really quickly about how we want to orient our right hand in relation to the strings. So when I finger pick, a lot of people kind of think that it's this like, you're strumming like it's a pick. That is not the case. Whenever I do this, and let me try to turn without disturbing my wonderful cat Ruby too much. But when I'm doing this, I'm actually almost trying to hook my fingers under the string, and I'm plucking up towards my palm. And so when I do this, it's not a strummy picky motion. I'm plucking up. I'm trying to pluck away from the guitar almost. I'm snapping my fingers into my palm. Now, let's get into the bread and butter of this exercise. And basically what this is we're going to play harmonized scales, which means we're basically playing, we're going to start in the key of F, so that contains the note F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. But we're going to play full triads for them. So we're going to go F major, G minor, A minor, B flat, C, D minor, E diminished to F. And when we do it, to get this practice of putting a melody over it, as a melody, we're going to play the top note of the chord, then we're going to play the next scale tone. So in the key of F, after C, if that's my melody, the next chord would be, or the next scale tone, sorry, would be D, and I'm going to pluck that with my ring finger here. Then, I changed keys there. Anyways, I have a tab that will be kind of flowing up here in the top left of the screen while I go through this, and feel free to follow along. Now, in terms of what we're doing with our right hand here, I have my pick on my D string, I have my middle finger on my G string, and I have my ring finger on the B string. So when I do this, I want, rather than it sounding like this, where everything's even, I want to get that top note ringing out a little bit louder than the rest of the chord, just so that it sounds like it's a melody. So feel free to follow along with this tab that's going to be popping up here. If you want to download the tab for your own practice, you can get it at the link in my description there, just free download from my website. But let's take a look at playing the F major scale, harmonized while doing this melody. So I start with just a humble F major triad here. I pluck. Now I'm going to put my pinky on the 3rd fret and just play the note D, and I'm going to just use my ring finger to grab that. I'm not using my whole right hand. So we go. Now I'm going to slide my hand up to G minor. Now my next melody note is going to be E, which is on the 5th fret of the B string, and I'm going to pluck that with my ring finger. Sorry, just my ring finger. Now I'm going to slide my hand up to an A minor chord. Now my next scale note is going to be F, so my middle finger goes to the 6th fret of the B string and plucks that. Now I slide up to B flat major. My next chord tone or scale tone is going to be G. Pluck that with my ring finger again. Now we get C major. Next note of the scale is going to be A, so I'm going to put my pinky on the 10th fret. Then it slides up to D minor. Now my next scale tone is going to be B flat, so I'm going to pluck with my middle finger on the 11th fret. Now we get E diminished. Now here, I shouldn't have fingered it that way, I should have done this, so I have my pinky, my middle finger, and my pointer finger. My next scale tone is C, and now I get F at the top there. So I'm going to just play through that really quickly. Just so you can hear it in a little bit more musical of a context, and then we're going to play it all the way back down. So what we did before would sound like this. Flub. Now we're going to do this in reverse. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to play, this next chord's going to sound scary, but it's just an exercise. So F major, I'm going to drop to the next lowest scale tone. It's a bit of a weird sound. This is like an F major add 4. So pluck that note, then it's going to go to E diminished. I should finger it like this. Then my pointer finger is going to go down to A, 10th fret of the B string. Then I get D minor, C major, B flat major, A minor to G, G minor, and so that, now that we've done that, I'll do that whole exercise at a little bit higher of a speed. And really quickly too, when you're doing this going down, going the other way has some pretty nasty stretches. Geez. So if you have to let go of the G string to make that descent down, that's okay. I would try to keep the note on the D string ringing out so that you keep this sense of continuity. But here's that exercise again, going all the way up the fretboard on this F major scale, plucking a scale note after each chord with my ring finger. And I'm going to go all the way up and all the way down, and I'm going to try not to disturb my beautiful sleepy cat, Ruby. So. So it's a really, really beautiful sound. And again, you could do this for any inversion of chords. This is just showing the root position. But for example, if I was doing, let's say I did D major, same set of strings, but with the third in the bass, that might end up sounding like this. I almost flubbed and played the wrong note. So you can do this on any set of strings with any chord inversion. You're just trying to play the chord, and then whatever your top note is, the next scale note. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It truly helps me out more than you could know. If you want to take a guitar lesson with me, there's a link to get in touch with me down in the description. I'd love to work with you on whatever's troubling you on the guitar. If you want to support me in the free educational content I'm always putting out here on YouTube, you could subscribe to my Patreon. All of my patrons get early access to videos as well as cool behind the scenes sneak peeks on stuff that I'm working on, so I'd love to see you over there. If you wanted to purchase my ebook or my video course, you can do so, linked down in the description there. There's some great educational content that's a little bit more in depth than I can go into in, a 10 to 15 minute YouTube video. And last but not least, I've got new videos coming out every single week, so I hope I'll see you in the next one. And Ruby and I are wishing you a wonderful day, and we hope you have some fun playing the guitar. Thanks.